My first game was a flop. I worked on it for 5 to 6 months, started from zero, so I needed to learn a lot, didn't even make the $100 threshold to get paid out, because Steam Cut starts at the second number. I just wanted to talk about it, obviously wanted to put some attention to my second game in the background. Imagine making devlogs because you actually wanna do videos. And to put down my learnings for myself if I need to remember what not to do. First and most important before we start, you need to burn your fingers yourself, probably. On reddit/r/gamedev you can find hundreds of post-mortem posts. I was working on my game for 300 years and it failed. Then you read always the same. They made a trash game, trash looking, trash gameplay, everyone can see it 10,000 miles from away, and they spent way too much time on it because either lost cost fallacy, they already spent so much on it, or just some mental perfectionism. Bro, we are not that guy. We are not cooking a masterpiece here. So yeah, first learning if you watch this, either be smart with no ego and realize if your game just doesn't have it, or finish your first game fast to get the reality slap, check. Learning number 1, prototypes aka itch.io. Do it like the guys who made Domekeeper. Work on prototypes in a small scope, so it is playable, even just 5 to 10 minutes, but somewhat polished. Put it on itch, upload maybe some simple footage of it as short videos and see how it does. I uploaded multiple versions of my first game Night Jump on itch, different levels, etc. If you get 0 impressions, okay, your game, your page is actually not even seen, try some more stuff, fair enough. I don't remember if I got many impressions in the beginning, but even after some views, people didn't play much, they didn't engage with it. Maybe bad luck, maybe the wrong audience, or maybe we need to learn humility. Okay, my game sucks. A+ for effort, but your picture, I wouldn't put it on the fridge. Next project, or change something big. You could always come back to it with new skill, new perspectives, but always test your games before committing too long. I could have saved a lot of time because, let's face it, it's more fun to learn with a game that at least has some potential. If something actually pulls views, players test it on the browser, not many will download and trust your exe file, except horror games I feel like, and they engage with it with some passion. I want more. Why no save files? Put it on Steam right now! Or else. You got something there. Even if it will only be a short game experience, finish it. I also saw someone put the game on Newgrounds. Backpack Battles is also playable on Poki.com and CrazyGames.com, 2 of the largest browser game sites. But I think your game needs to be improved, so a bare-bone prototype might not make it. That's why itch.io is such a great place to do it. It is the same with playtesting. Only after I was mostly finished with my first game, I watched a friend finally playing the game and how much he struggled. We are oftentimes too blind to see our own flaws. But since I did basically all the levels based on the mechanics, I didn't want to rebuild everything. Playtest soon and often, just observe, at least with friends and family. Insist that they must be honest or just read between the lines. Yeah, it's cool I think, it's not my cup of tea, but fun for sure. Translation, it's not fun. One of the hardest things is to see and also to accept if our work, our game just doesn't have it. It's not as good as we thought it is. Yes, I also thought if some bigger creators would play it, if I got just 1% lucky, if marketing blah blah, then my game would have sold some copies. A streamer with 200 viewers played it for an hour because we know each other a little bit through the internet, and it did absolutely nothing to my game because it's the game. Here are my Steam data for impressions and page visits. You have people seeing it, but people are not engaging with it, which means it's over. Or do you always write a comment to games that you don't find appealing? We just ignore and move on. Learning number 2, genre. Genre matters of course, but not because, oh, the lifeless market just loves certain genres but my niche trash idea, only I would like to play it out of millions of people. Snowflake, you are not that special. Because who is the market? It's us. We are also just consumers, gamers, you name it, and we like to spend our time and money on stuff that seems promising. Are you actively looking through trash games just because, oh, I hate genre stereotypes, I prefer to play this abomination of the game because I'm so special? And a genre is only a description of the gameplay you will experience. What do you do in the game? Sometimes I see beautiful games, maybe 3D, maybe pixel art, top down, I don't know. And then it is your classic generic gameplay loop of platformer, hack and slash, vampire survivor-like, then I'm disappointed. Make something cool with a nice art style and stuff. Learning number 3, pricing. Just a short one, I was looking at Jump King Enterprise. I played around with the numbers in my head like, oh, if 100 people buy it for $3,000, that's a lot of cash. But I should have been honest with me. Is the game that much fun? Has it that much playtime? That polish? On Reddit and the failed games, it is the same. Game looks trash, everyone can see it, but they want as much money as Silksong because they are the same genre. They must orientate to the competition. No. Only if you can actually compare. I don't care if GTA 6 took 30 years and $6-7 trillion to make. If the end product sucks, it sucks. So hopefully I only paid a few bucks. That's why I lowered the base price now to $3. $3? That's like $2. I just buy it. Learning number 4. Make a decent Steam page. At the bare minimum, look at a Steam page which had success and looked simple but just clean. Sure, ideally you hire an artist or you are capable doing it yourself. AI art? Don't do it. Everyone loves to make and use them as long as it benefits them, but no one likes to see it and get it served. You included, be real. Obviously a Steam page and the visuals also represent the game. A game with swords should probably have something similar in the capsule art. A building game has a pickaxe and so on. I'm also not good with it. I only looked what other idle incremental games did, copied that similar style, asked a good friend of mine who is amazing with designing YouTube thumbnails and has a great eye for visuals, and I think you can see who did my first game and who did my second game. Learning number 5. Outreach. That step only works if you have a game that people wanna play, that you tested a little bit beforehand. After release, I sent around 60 to 80 keys or something to content creators. I got like 3 polite responses like, thanks, I will surely play it. But I think no one did. So if you have something, write down every possible content creator who plays your type of game. Write them, give them your demo, tell them they can get the full key if they like the demo. But honestly, if your game releases, just send them the key anyway, like, we are not that guy, don't forget. Because it is compared much easier to have someone else play your game with an existing audience instead of building an audience your own. The career of a streamer and YouTuber is already highly competitive and therefore pretty hard to get on this level. Maybe never reaching it because personality and charisma is also something you are mostly born with. Reach out to trailer channels and give them your trailer. Go to fitting subreddits and post your game there if allowed. Fishing game? Post not only in some game subreddits, but also in the fishing subreddit. And then maybe get banned. Short type content, you can always try, just some gameplay. Maybe you get lucky, I didn't, because your game is still your game, so yeah. Learning number 6. More doing, less talking. I mean myself. Do a fun game. Stop yapping and dreaming and do the walk and not the talk or something. Make a fun game that people are eager to play when they see it. Let's see how my second game will perform. There's still a lot to do, more content, and afterwards a lot of outreach. You can play it on Steam as a free playtest before the official demo release or on itch on the browser.